Welcome to the Stoicism and Modern Life channel, where we explore how to stay calm, no matter what life throws at you. Have you ever wondered how Marcus Aurelius, a king who faced dozens of problems every day, managed to maintain such an amazing level of calm? Don't worry, I'm not asking you to give up your daily pleasures or live in a cave to achieve it. In fact, it all started with his daily habits, small actions that he turned into powerful weapons to face life. Can you imagine waking up every morning and facing an entire empire, and still feeling alert and clear-headed? Marcus did it, and his secret is not as complicated as you might think. Instead, it's very simple, yet incredibly effective. So how do we apply these habits to modern life, where emails, texts, and unexpected meetings can knock us down at any moment? Don't worry, we'll break it all down here. Get ready to become a modern-day stoic. Someone who knows how to handle everything with a smile and a calm mind, even when your car is stuck in morning traffic. And hey, if you found this interesting, don't forget to hit subscribe to join me in exploring the secrets that made Marcus Aurelius an icon of Stoicism. Also, share your habits in the comments below. Maybe we'll find the perfect recipe for 21st century living. Here we go. First of all, I will talk about the power and responsibility of Marcus Aurelius. When mentioning Marcus Aurelius, you may immediately think of the image of a powerful emperor who once controlled a vast empire spanning Europe, Asia, and Africa. He was not only the head of a mighty empire, but also a famous philosopher, known to posterity through his profound thoughts in the book Meditations. Have you ever wondered how a person with such supreme power could maintain humility, not being corrupted by the enormous power he held? Let me explore this with you. What do you think if you had supreme power in your hands? If you could decide the fate of millions of people with just a wave of your hand? Many of us, no matter how strong-willed we are, would find it difficult not to be blinded by power. But Marcus Aurelius did what few people could do. He did not let power control him. Instead of using his power to serve himself, Marcus used it to fulfill his responsibilities to his people and his empire. Imagine being in his shoes, someone who commanded the largest army in the world, controlled the resources of an empire, and influenced the fate of millions. Do you think you would remain honest and humble? Marcus Aurelius not only maintained those qualities, but he also used his power to do good, to truly serve his people. You may wonder, how did Marcus Aurelius manage to fulfill all the responsibilities entrusted to him without being corrupted by his power? The answer lies in his absolute commitment to the moral principles he set for himself. He understood that with great power comes great responsibility. Marcus never viewed his power as a means to personal enjoyment. Instead, he saw it as a tool to carry out his mission, to maintain order, protect the empire, and bring happiness to his people. Does this make you think? When you face situations in your life, you ask yourself what you can learn from Marcus Aurelius? He never allowed himself to be drawn into the temptations of power. He knew that if he let power control him, he would lose sight of the most important values: honesty, compassion, and responsibility. Have you ever asked yourself how, in your daily life, you can use the powers you have, big or small, do good and fulfill your responsibilities? Marcus Aurelius is a living testament that power does not have to corrupt. He demonstrated that even in a position of supreme power, you can still maintain morality, patience, and tolerance. Do you think you can do it? Can you learn from Marcus and apply these principles to your own life? Don't let power, in any form, control you. Use it to fulfill your responsibilities, to help others, and to become the best version of yourself. Remember, power is not a free gift. It is a responsibility that you must shoulder. Marcus Aurelius did this brilliantly, and I believe that if you apply his lessons, you too can become a person who is not only powerful, but also responsible and ethical in all your actions. How did great people like Marcus Aurelius start their day? If you are like me, you are curious about how an emperor and a philosopher maintain their sanity and clarity in a turbulent world. Let me explore some of his life that you can apply to your daily life. Marcus Aurelius did not start his day by rushing to check off unfinished tasks or rushing into urgent meetings. Instead, he chose a very special way to start his day: meditation and reflection. I want to share with you that this is not just a habit, but also an essential part that helps him face the challenges in life. Every morning, before the sun rises, Marcus Aurelius wakes up. He finds a quiet corner to meditate, to reflect on what is about to happen during the day. You may wonder why a powerful person like him would spend time on such seemingly idle activities. But you will see that it is these peaceful moments that help Marcus maintain his spirit, to deal with the countless pressures of life. The great thing here is that when you start your day with quiet, you will feel the difference. Instead of being caught up in the whirlwind of unfinished work, you can ask yourself, what will I face today? How can I best respond to the difficult situations that are coming? Surely you also feel that when you are mentally prepared, you will be able to overcome challenges more easily, right? Let me explain more about why Marcus chose to meditate in the morning. He knew that only in the quiet could he listen to his inner thoughts. Could he find the answers to difficult questions? Marcus did not let the pressures of work cloud his judgment. Instead, he used this time to clarify what was really important. Do you agree with me that when you start your day with meditation, you will not only be more productive, also feel more confident in facing any challenge? That reminds me of the saying, quiet mind is a strong mind. And Marcus Aurelius was living proof of this. If you're like me, you will want to try to apply this habit to your life. Imagine that every morning you spend just a few minutes meditating, listening to yourself. You will see that not only that day, but also your life will change. You don't want to miss this, right? So why not start tomorrow? Wake up a little earlier, find a quiet space, and take some time for yourself. Look back after a week, and I'm sure you will agree with me that this habit is really worth it. We all know that success does not come from what we do once, but from what we do every day. And this is why I think that Marcus Aurelius's morning meditation routine is one of the most important secrets to becoming a great philosopher king. Remember, you don't have to be an emperor to apply what he did. Start with small things, and gradually you will see a huge change in your life. I know you will understand the value of this habit when you feel the difference it makes. Try it once and you will see. Focus on work. I want to share with you something that I think can bring positive changes to the way you work every day. We all know that modern life is full of distractions, and staying focused on work is a big challenge. But this may surprise you. How did Marcus Aurelius, a famous emperor and philosopher, overcome this challenge? Marcus Aurelius was not only a great king, he was also a man who understood the importance of being intensely focused on work. I am happy to talk about how he maintained focus and dedication in everything he did. You'll love this, because not only is it the story of a man who lived 2,000 years ago, but it's also filled with practical lessons that you can apply to your life today. The great thing about Marcus Aurelius is that he developed a habit of focusing on the task at hand with absolute concentration. He understood that in order to achieve the highest efficiency in his work, he could not let his mind wander or be distracted by external factors. This is interesting, right? When we learn to work with such concentration, everything becomes much easier and more effective. Surely you also feel that sometimes your mind is swept away by worries and unrelated thoughts while working. But Marcus did the opposite. He always focused on what needed to be done and did not let himself get caught up in useless thoughts. He knew that every moment of the day was precious, and he did not want to waste time on unnecessary things. Let's look back. How many times do we let meaningless thoughts occupy our minds when we are trying to get work done? You're like me, you'll find this a real challenge. But Marcus Aurelius teaches us an important lesson. Always keep your eyes on the task at hand. Not only did he do his work with great focus, but he also didn't complain about the difficulties he faced. He knew that complaining would only reduce his productivity and add to his stress. Let me explain a little more. Not only was Marcus focused, he was also a good listener. You might be wondering, why is this important? Listening to others and being willing to correct them when necessary not only makes your work better, but it also builds good relationships with those around you. This is why I think we need to learn from Marcus. Listening is an important part of focus. When you listen to others, you are expanding your understanding and, in turn, improving the quality of your work. Do you agree with me? That if we can apply Marcus Aurelius's focus and listening to our daily work, we will achieve greater results? Remember, focus not only helps you get things done faster, but also helps you do them better. I am sure you will agree with me that maintaining focus at work is extremely important. And just think, if we can learn and apply Marcus Aurelius' focus habits, can we become more effective, happier in our work? You will not want to miss this opportunity. Start today. Try applying absolute focus to your work and see the positive change it brings to your life. I know that you will see a huge difference, and that will make you feel proud of yourself. Work-life balance. Have you ever felt like you were so caught up in the work that you forgot about yourself? There are probably days when you work from morning till night, and when you look back, you realize that you have neglected the little but precious things in life. You are not alone. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors in history, faced similar challenges. But instead of letting his work consume him, Marcus found a way to maintain a perfect work-life balance. Marcus was not only a powerful leader, but also a human being with his own needs and interests. He understood that in order to lead an empire, he had to first take care of himself. He spent time each day doing activities that nurtured his mind and body. You may wonder, how did an emperor find time for himself amidst all the responsibilities? The answer lies in prioritization and discipline. Marcus Aurelius learned to make time for the things that really matter. He understood that a healthy body is the foundation for a healthy mind. Therefore, he never skipped daily exercise. Whether it was boxing, wrestling, or simply walking in the morning sun, Marcus knew how to keep his body in the best condition. Do you think you can do the same? By spending a few minutes every day moving your body, you will find yourself becoming much stronger and more energetic. But not only physically, Marcus also knew how to nourish his soul by reading books and enjoying nature. Have you ever felt stressed after a long day at work and just wanted to escape it all? That's when you need to find your favorite books, or simply go outside to breathe in the fresh air. Marcus did that, and thanks to that, he always maintained calm and clarity in every decision. How about taking some time for yourself every day? Imagine, instead of working from morning to night, you start your day with a light workout, then spend some quiet time reading a book or taking a walk in the park. This will not only help you relax, but also increase your focus and efficiency at work. Do you find that by taking care of yourself, you will become stronger to face any challenges in life? Marcus Aurelius taught us a valuable lesson. Work-life balance is not just an option, but a necessary element to living a full and meaningful life. Try to apply what he did and you will see a clear difference. Don't let work control your life. Take control of it. Starting today, take time for yourself. Nourish your body and soul. I guarantee that you will not only feel happier, but also become stronger and more successful in all areas of your life. Are you ready to do it? Take action now. Philosophy and responsibility. Imagine that you are facing a big challenge, a stressful situation that you cannot avoid. In moments like these, emotions can easily overwhelm reason. Have you ever felt your heart pounding, hands shaking, and your mind feeling like it's about to explode? That is when we often react immediately, sometimes with anger, fear, or anxiety. But Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, chose a different path. He did not let his emotions control him. Instead, he practiced the Stoic philosophy of remaining calm and composed, no matter how difficult the situation was. Have you ever wondered how Marcus Aurelius was able to do that? How did he stay strong, even when faced with serious crises in his life? The answer lies in the Stoic philosophy he followed throughout his life. For Marcus, hardships were not something to be avoided, but opportunities to practice virtue, become stronger, and to gain control of oneself. Think about situations in your life. Perhaps you have encountered people who made you angry or problems that made you anxious. Instead of reacting immediately, try doing as Marcus Aurelius did. Pause, take a deep breath, and reflect. Was your reaction really necessary? Could you have found a different, calmer, more rational approach? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Every hardship is an opportunity to practice virtue." What does this mean? It means that every time you face a challenge, you have the opportunity to become better. You can choose to practice patience in the face of unpleasant situations. You can practice tolerance in the face of injustice, and you can practice courage in the face of fear. What do you think about this? Can you look at the difficulties in your life as opportunities to become stronger? Remember, it is not the circumstances that define you, but how you face them that really matters. Try to see each challenge as a lesson, each difficulty as an opportunity to train yourself. When you do that, you will realize that difficulties are no longer scary. Instead, it becomes stepping stones for you to go further in life. Look at Marcus Aurelius, a man who lived through difficult times, wars, and crises, but still kept his spirit. He did not let the circumstances around him define him. Instead, he chose to face them calmly, wisely, and steadfastly, and that made him one of the greatest emperors in history. Can you do the same as Marcus Aurelius? Of course you can. Anyone can practice the Stoic philosophy in their daily life. Start with the smallest thing. When you encounter a difficult situation, remember that it is an opportunity for you to train yourself. Don't let your emotions rule. Stay calm and think carefully before acting. You will see that through each time like that, you will become stronger, more confident, and more peaceful. So are you ready to face the challenges in life with a Stoic mindset? Try applying this today. When you encounter difficulties, remember that it is an opportunity for you to become better. Don't run away. Don't be afraid, but accept it with courage and patience. You will see your life will change in a much more positive direction. Self-assessment and learning. I am excited to talk about one of Marcus Aurelius's most valuable habits, one that I believe will inspire you. It is the practice of taking time every evening to self-assess and learn from what happened during the day. You will love this because it is not only a simple yet effective method for self-improvement, but also a way to live a more meaningful life. You may also feel that modern life is sometimes too busy, and we can easily get caught up in the flow of work, responsibilities, and social relationships. If you are like me, you will find it difficult to find quiet moments to reflect on yourself. But that reminds me of a valuable lesson from Marcus Aurelius. Every day is an opportunity for us to learn and grow. This is interesting, right? Let's review the moments of the day that you have experienced. What did you do well? What could you improve? I know you will understand that it is not easy for everyone to recognize mistakes or opportunities to do better. But the great thing here is that Marcus Aurelius made self-evaluation an integral part of his daily life. Every evening, he took time to reflect, to learn from what happened during the day, from successes to even the smallest failures. Let me explain more about why this habit is so important. You may wonder why an emperor with so many responsibilities would take time to evaluate himself every day. This is why I think Marcus Aurelius understood that perfection never comes from being complacent or ignoring mistakes. Instead, he believed that regularly examining and evaluating one's actions was the key to becoming better every day. Do you agree with me that if we learn to self-evaluate and learn from each day, we will not only grow, but also achieve more success in life? Remember, self-reflection is not to criticize ourselves, but to understand ourselves better and find ways to improve. You will not want to miss this. A simple habit, but has a great effect in our lives. I am sure that you will agree with me that this self-evaluation habit is not only a tool for self-development, but also a way to live more responsibly with our lives. By taking time every day to reflect, we will not only become better versions of ourselves, but also feel more satisfied with what we have achieved. So do not let precious moments of the day pass without being evaluated and learned. Do as Marcus Aurelius did. Take time for yourself. Self-evaluate, learn from your lessons, and prepare for a new day with a more ready and determined spirit. You will find that your life will change in ways you never expected. Humility and practicality. Lessons from Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever wondered what helped Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors of Rome, maintain his composure and wisdom in the midst of great power? If you think that power and fame can easily corrupt a person, think again. Marcus Aurelius proved that power does not necessarily come with arrogance. Instead, he chose the path of humility and practicality, and that is something each of us can learn from. Marcus Aurelius understood that fame and power can easily attract people to frivolous things, things that easily make us lose a true view of ourselves and the world around us. Do you ever feel like you are being swept up in the praise, success, or attention of others? If so, remember that even Marcus, the head of an empire, always reminded himself not to get caught up in that vortex. He once wrote that he should not be dyed in purple, a metaphor for not letting the privileges of royalty overshadow his true self. He did not let titles, power, or the worship of others change him. Instead, he maintained a realistic view of life and himself, constantly reminding himself that all those material things and statuses were fleeting. So, what can we learn from this lesson? Think about your own life. Have you ever let success, praise, or achievements make you complacent? If so, it is time for you to stop and reflect. Success and fame, no matter how great, should not make you forget who you really are. Marcus Aurelius proved that true power is not about how many people bow to you, but how you stay calm and humble amidst all the pressure and temptation. Have you ever thought that humility can make you stronger, not physically or in power, but mentally? Marcus chose humility, and that is the source of his true strength. Look back at your life. You may have achievements to be proud of, but don't let them make you lose your humility and realism. Instead, use those achievements as motivation to remind yourself that there is always something greater that you need to learn and contribute. Let me ask you this. Which path will you choose? Will you let success and fame define you, or will you choose to live a humble, practical life like Marcus Aurelius? True power lies not in superficial things, but in the ability to keep your soul pure and steadfast amidst the storms of life. Start today. Stay humble and realistic. Don't let success or power get you lost. Like Marcus Aurelius, always remind yourself that your true worth comes not from what you have, but from who you choose to be. What do you think about this? Try it and see the change in your life. Humility and reality are not just lessons from history, but also powerful principles for all of us. Are you willing to try it? Practice the moment and awareness of death. Have you ever thought about death? Not to be afraid or worried, but to reflect on the value of each moment in life. Often we get so caught up in the whirlwind of work and the daily worries, we forget that time is the most precious thing we have. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest philosopher kings, spent a lot of time contemplating this. He not only thought of death as an inevitable part of life, but also saw it as a companion, helping him stay awake and cherish every moment. Imagine that. Every morning when you wake up, you tell yourself that this could be your last day. This does not mean you have to live in fear, but on the contrary, it allows you to live more fully. Marcus Aurelius always reminded himself that life is short, and death can come at any time. He did not see death as an enemy, but as a natural part of life, something we cannot avoid, but can prepare ourselves to face. This is why I think that being aware of death not only helps us live more meaningfully, but also helps us avoid wasting time on things that are not worth it. When you know that your time is limited, you will start to think about how to use it more wisely. You will no longer procrastinate on your plans, no longer let meaningless concerns occupy your mind. Instead, you will focus on what is truly important: your family, your friends, and the goals you want to achieve in life. Do you agree with me that when we are aware of death, we will live a more courageous life? Marcus Aurelius did. He was not afraid of death, because he knew that it was inevitable. He used this knowledge to motivate him to act with courage and determination. He did not let any fear stop him from doing the right thing. When you live with this spirit, you will find that things that seem big and scary will become smaller. You will dare to step out of your comfort zone, dare to face challenges, because you know that your time is limited. Imagine, if today were your last day, what would you do? Would you spend time with your loved ones? Would you complete the tasks you have always wanted to do? Or would you ignore unnecessary concerns? When you think in this way, you will find that you begin to live more fully. You will no longer let the little things bother you, no longer let invisible fears control your life. Practicing the moment and being aware of death is not something to be afraid of. It is a way for you to live more meaningfully, to cherish every moment and act with courage. Marcus Aurelius did this, and he lived a meaningful life. You can do the same. Start today by thinking about what is truly important to you, and don't let anything stop you from living the life you want. Protecting sleep and Stoic philosophy in everyday life. Have you ever felt so tired and exhausted that you couldn't get anything done? You know that sleep is important, but sometimes the demands of work and life make it difficult to get a good night's sleep. Imagine that even Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors in history, had to fight with himself to protect his sleep. Marcus Aurelius understood the importance of sleep and always tried to protect it. He knew that a tired body would not be able to make good and wise decisions. However, this was not always easy. As an emperor, he faced countless pressures from running the empire, wars, and even personal problems. These pressures caused him to face insomnia many times. But instead of giving up or letting himself be exhausted, Marcus found ways to ensure that his sleep was protected. This is why I think protecting sleep is one of the most important things we can learn from Marcus Aurelius. He recognized the value of sleep not only for our physical health, but also for our mental health. In our day and age, we face similar challenges. The pressures of work, family life, and everyday worries can leave us feeling tired and stressed. But without paying attention to sleep, we will not be able to maintain our health, mental clarity, and ability to face life's challenges. Do you agree that in order to live a productive and happy life, we need to prioritize sleep? Just think, if you take the time to protect your sleep, you will feel more energized the next day, be able to focus better on work, and make better decisions. Sleep is not only a time for the body to rest, but also a time for the mind to recover and be ready to face new challenges. Marcus Aurelius not only protected his sleep, but also used Stoic philosophy in his daily life as a tool to regulate his behavior and thinking. He practiced this philosophy not only in his work, but also in his personal life, dealing with the pressures and stresses he encountered. Marcus believed that we cannot control everything that happens around us, but we can control how we react to it. This is a valuable lesson that we can apply in modern life. What do you think about that? If we can learn to apply Stoic philosophy as Marcus Aurelius did, we can maintain a calm and clear mind, even when facing great challenges. This doesn't mean we have to give up on our emotions, but rather we need to learn to control them so they don't influence our decisions and action. Marcus Aurelius left us a valuable lesson. By protecting our sleep and practicing Stoic philosophy on a daily basis, we can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Are you ready to try applying these lessons to your life? Start tonight. Protect your sleep and wake up tomorrow morning with a Stoic mind, ready to face any challenge. I believe you will see a big change in your life.